Before we actually start this episode of It's Mandatory Quarantine, we really have to address we don't want to take away from the social discourse that has been happening across the world for Black Lives Matter and the social some social unrest and fight for change. Some of the real side protests happening online right now is Christian Stewart playing Lady Di. So there's a huge protest going on online about this. We've just found out about it, and I'm outraged.
Yeah, I can see you're pretty upset about it. I am trying to figure out what is this for? Like, why is she playing Princess Di? And like, is it a movie? Is it a Netflix thing? Is it one of those Lifetime specials?
Biopic.
Okay, so this is
Is that
pretty
what it's called?
important.
Biopic. You know those ones they've done Bohemian Rhapsody. They've done they've done the Elton John one. They keep doing them. They did Judy with
Oh,
Judy
so this is
Garland.
from the directors of who did Bohemian Rhapsody and Elton John. Oh, so they've been. That's kind of
No. It's not from the directors. It's
oh.
as in it's picking up on a trend that's been happening in the last year and a half of like
Right.
never ending, those never ending. I think they're called, what are they called? Yeah, they're about musicians and artists or famous people and actors playing them in their life. First of all, you can confirm it's true. This is happening?
It's definitely true because I think when I posted about it, there were people that were messaging me back going, yes, people are outraged. I was like, wow, I didn't even think she had a career anymore. Like, I thought her career ended when she slept with that director.
No,
but it didn't. I don't know what to say. I don't think I'll be watching it. That's for sure. I was like, couldn't they have come like Naomi Watts already played her? Couldn't they have picked even an Emma Watson would have been better, or like a Natalie Portman?
I have to apologize. Sorry, I'm just texting. I'm really apologetic if my daughter is ruining this podcast in the background. I've just texted my husband to tell her to shut the F up.
She's having a while.
First of all, Natalie Portman, at least get someone that looks like Lady Di. First of all, just because Kristen Stewart is sporting a pixie blonde haircut right now doesn't mean she has the chops to play Lady Di. First of all, she's half Lady Di's size. Lady Di was almost 6 foot tall. She's a pipsqueak.
Well, I mean, she is, but in a sense, when I'm not even for this at all, but I'm saying like in terms of height, when I forgot the actor's name, it's completely forgotten. Remy, I forget his last name, when he played Freddie Mercury, he was a lot shorter than Freddie Mercury when he played Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just think she is the wrong choice.
Wrong.
She's not even English.
Forget that. Maybe she can do an accent. Maybe she can't. But Lady Di, the real Lady Di, if you look at her and in her interviews, and I love Lady Di, okay? She has so much emotion and character in her face. Kristen Stewart is as wooden as a box.
I don't know if I would say she has a lot of character in her face. I think she was pretty tamed.
Who?
Lady Di.
Lady Di?
Yeah. She was quite contained.
I feel like Diana had a lot of so full of emotion. She couldn't hide anything that she was feeling. She was
for sure that. But she was shy. She was a very shy.
She looked up into her eyes and like so much emotion was all over her face. She couldn't hide it.
She was sensitive, but she was shy, I think. She did a lot. This is just my personal thing. I don't think she was a very outspoken woman. She just was passionate, but she wasn't loud. She wasn't a loud woman. I think she just had a lot of stuff going on with her. I think that there was just a lot going on with her in regards to everything that she went through. But I just don't think, obviously, Kristen Stewart is the right person.
No.
It's strange.
But don't you think, and also I think it's really interesting how the collective internet has shot this idea down so hard because 2020 is like it's like, "No, we
The year
won't
of the
stand
voice.
for
Yeah. 2020
anything.
is the year of the voice.
We
Absolutely.
will not stand. This will not stand." Yeah. Yeah. Like, justice be done, year 2020. Seriously.
Well, maybe,
We won't
maybe.
we won't we won't stand for inequality. We won't stand for our politicians lying to us. We won't stand for Christian Stewart playing Lady Diana. It's
Hello,
mandatory quarantine. We've
hello.
got Beck. And by the magic of time, space, and television, Beck is not television, radio. Beck is back
I
in
am
Sydney.
back. I'm back. I'm locked up in hotel mandatory quarantine. But we have Wi-Fi, so hopefully we're good. we can,
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness for that. It's not one of those hotels. It's more of like a well, it is a hotel, a service department hotel, one of those
yeah,
types.
I'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, no, we have been quite lucky, as
Mm,
you know, with other people. So yeah, we are here. We're alive. We're on day
you're
at the
alive.
moment, day 9.
It's day 9,
Day
so
9.
obviously if anyone's following Can We Say It on Instagram, handle at Can We Say It has been following Beck's sort of video quarantine diaries of sort of the whole journey.
Yeah.
The flight seemed very quick. I mean, it was weird. I
Oh,
went to sleep and the next day you were here.
I
You were in
love
New
that.
Zealand for like 5 seconds and then you were here, but for you guys,
Oh
obviously, it
my
was
God. It
torturous,
was,
I would imagine.
yeah, it was long as hell, with a baby. We were at LAX airport, which was a ghost town, which you never see. It usually takes you at least 30 minutes to get just through LAX to be dropped off. That's how busy it is. And it
Mm,
was just crazy that it was a ghost town. It was silent, like just being
mm,
dropped off, and the airport was completely, just like I said, a ghost town, and it was so weird,
empty.
like empty. It's like one of the
Not many
busiest
staff,
airports.
not much staff. Like, how much
None.
staff did they have
Just,
at the
well, we were at Air
check-in?
New Zealand, but that was the only staff at the counters. Like there were no other flights going at
Mm,
that point, like that time. So that
mhm.
was it.
So
And
their staff wasn't on the floor. Yeah, it's only the
no.
staff that are on the floor
Yeah,
that have a
and it was
flight.
it was pretty crazy even then. They had to call up when we got there, like, the Australian embassy to make sure, like, Howie was good to go, and then they
Whoa.
had to call the New Zealand embassy because Howie we were transiting through New Zealand, and they needed to give them a name of who's transiting, and it was, like, all pretty crazy. We had to wear masks, well, at least on the first
Mhm.
leg, we had to wear masks. They made you wear masks. But in saying that, we did, Air New Zealand was awesome. We got a sky couch, even though Mackay was just rolling around in it, and we didn't sleep. But it was, yeah, it was 13 hours, and then 4 hours in the New Zealand airport, which was again a ghost town. Nothing was open, and then another 3 hours into Sydney.
Okay, and what
Um,
about the actual plane? Many
So
people?
the first leg was like half full, which was really good, and then the second shorter leg was, I'd say, a lot more full. They had someone next to us, and I thought that was weird because there was a row like empty, so we ended up moving
Well,
as
that's
soon as
good.
we
So you
got
had,
off.
like, a row to yourself?
Yeah, we
Kind
did, we did. And you
Oh,
know
that's
what?
awesome.
Yeah, the baby was, considering it was long, he was all right. It was long.
Yeah.
And then it was the whole, like, when we landed, it was like out of a movie. There were people dressed like covered in outfits, and military people, and
Like
health.
hazmat?
Yeah, yeah, complete. And
I was
we
gonna
were
ask you
all,
before you got off the plane, at any point of the legs of the flight, did you get anyone gross? Like anyone coughing, spluttering? Because
no,
like, I always have horrific experiences, particularly, sat next to this one guy, like sat next to, as in him, window,
uh-oh.
me next to
Oh
him.
no.
This is why social distancing is good, and he was picking
It
his
is
nose the whole
good.
time
Oh
and wiping it
no.
and, like, flicking it. I was in hell.
Oh,
Hell, I tell you. So
oh
I'm just
God.
asking, like, any grossness
No gross.
experience?
There was a fight that almost broke out in the beginning of our first leg. Howie and I were like, "Oh gosh, it's already started," but I don't know what it was over. It was across the other side of the plane, and it was getting really bad. Like, but then they moved them. They were going to give Howie a sky couch as well, but then with the whole situation, they ended up having to give it to this couple that was in the fire.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
but
the fire, okay.
just
Okay, yeah, I like to hear those kind of, like, side stories of, like, the people and the atmosphere and the
just to kind of guess what we're eating.
okay,
So
right,
that's
okay,
a
so the
bit.
food's not fabulous.
Food isn't fabulous. So yeah, that's the only thing I guess is. But some people are getting like hotel, like off the menu hotel food, restaurant
Stop.
food. Yeah, so I guess like I said, it depends where you are, but I wouldn't exchange that for like this one bedroom apartment at all.
Exactly, because people are bringing you food, you can order food, you're in, like, a
Yeah,
hub of food areas, it's very
absolutely.
central, and they're pretty strict though, like, as soon as I walked in, they said, "Oh, just leave the package there," like, they
Mhm.
told me, "Leave it there," and the guy at the security he had, like, security on, there was no one at concierge, it was just the security
Right.
guy, and he took all my information,
Oh,
and then
wow.
yeah, and then sort of said, "Yep, I'll get it up to her," and just asked me about who I was and how I was related to your friend or whatever, so,
Ah,
yeah, it was pretty
interesting.
strict.
Yeah, because I don't know what it's like on the other end, so that's yeah, that is quite interesting. Um, and good to know. I think how we ordered Uber Eats yesterday, and I think they did call just to check that we did order Uber Eats because I guess they're
Okay.
yeah, I guess they're quite strict. I know that there's security on every level. I have like sometimes when I've put my
Oh,
garbage outside the front of the door or put the food out, like I've by accidentally like bumped into someone either leaving the food or something, and sometimes they have masks on, and other
say
time like
hello?
I'm like, "Oh," like, I know we're allowed to grab the food, but I feel weird even just popping my head out because I know we're supposed to stay inside. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's they've been pretty nice. We get calls every morning from nurses and doctors to check how we're doing, how we're feeling, how's the baby
Mm,
doing.
mm.
Everyone's been pretty nice, and they're monitoring it. We're getting tested tomorrow. Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
okay. Nick
Yeah,
had it done. Nick had a test, and he said it's a bit uncomfortable, your eyes start watering straight away, but otherwise it's fine.
it's fine, yeah. I mean, as long like I said,
Yeah,
the baby doesn't have to have it
no
done,
after
so
effects.
oh,
The baby
good.
doesn't have to have a test, okay, good.
Yeah, so that's good. It's not
I wouldn't want the baby to have a
no,
test.
and, like, there's been back and forth on that,
I mean, if they had to, then fine, but preferably
Yeah.
not.
I mean, like, as if we were positive, then I get you wanting to test the baby, but it's just, like, he doesn't leave our sights. He doesn't touch anything we're not touching, or he's on us, so I don't see
If you don't have it, the baby doesn't have it.
exactly. Exactly. I agree. I'm sure that's not something you'd want, like,
You're
your
jet
kids to
lagged,
have.
aren't you? Sorry, yeah.
Oh,
You're jet
I
lagged, aren't
am
you?
I am jet lagged. It's so I feel like, even in LA because of Mackay and stuff, I was going to bed with the sun going down and waking up with the sun. So right now it's a lot darker in Sydney. It's like gets dark at
Yes.
5 and I hit a wall at around 5 or 6 and I really can't last longer than 7:30 and I'm like I don't know how long this is going to go. Like I try to push
That's the
through,
yeah.
but
That's the typical jet lag when you get somewhere, isn't it?
yeah.
Um, it's always that typical jet lag when you get somewhere. It's always about 5:30 or 6 o'clock or 7, you're like, "Done?"
Yeah, and I don't
And how many
mind
more
like
days to go?
we have 5 days to go.
Oh, okay. Phew,
So
I thought it was only like 4 or
for
something.
yeah, 5 days, and it's honestly we've been fine. It's just keeping little Bubba occupied. He's getting a little antsy, but I'm not sure if that's to do with teething and other things. But I mean, we are in a room, so the first thing I feel like we're going to do is first thing I'm going to do is get a real coffee and take
Yeah.
him for a walk, like, down Bondi
You know you
or
can
something.
Uber Eats a coffee. You can
Yeah, but
Uber
that
Eats a coffee.
that feels so weird to me just to Uber
Yeah, but
Eats
do it. Just do
coffee.
it.
Really?
Just do it once. Just do it
Okay, I
once.
will maybe once.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's like highway robbery, but I mean, you'll get that latte, baby.
Yeah, and you know what I didn't realize because we're overlooking the Central Station train Central Station, the trains, and it's really therapeutic just to watch. Like I'm watching it right now, just to watch the
The
trains go
trains go by,
by.
it is. The sound is much more, the sound of trains if you're in a house, or somewhere, like, trying to relax, is much less offensive than planes or buses.
Yeah, it really is. Like even right now, I'm looking out there. I'm like, ooh, it's like so nice and
Yeah,
relaxing.
good.
Um, but yeah, that's pretty
You
much all I have
sound
to
better, you sound
report.
okay. The baby's sleeping still good naps in the day. It sounds like you've got him on a schedule.
Yeah, day
Um,
has been all right. Night has been, so, but he's moving from place to place and I mean some people say he's like when you hit a certain weight or baby weight they sleep better. I don't know if that's something to think about because he's
I
a
have no
little bit
idea.
littler. I don't know, but we'll see. Well, he's doing all right. Like, yeah.
Alright, well, that's
So,
very interesting information
yeah,
about
interest
mandatory quarantine,
yeah, just for
and
anyone that's curious, like I've
yeah.
had so many people going, "What's happening?" and "Where are you?" and oh
Yeah, you sort of
gosh,
were rushed
like
away.
we were rushed away, and at least I can explain it as much as I can in my Insta stories. If people, wanna listen to this episode back and, you know, get an insight of how it is, then,
Mm.
here it is. I do know that I think Queensland's about to start charging people for
Yes,
doing
yes, we did
quarantine.
hear that report. I heard that report as well.
What do you
Yeah,
think
they will
about
be, yeah.
that? How are you
Yeah, well, I get it because a lot of people who are also citizens are coming back
it
here
is
after not
taxpayers'
living here for
money.
ages just to have medical treatment or, like, because our medical system is better. So
Yeah.
they're all coming back. So if they're all flooding back and you haven't lived here for that many years, then maybe I don't know, then maybe, yeah, but it's
Yeah, it
depend
is
like,
expensive.
I don't know. I think it's like anything. Some people maybe have ruined it for others. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guess, they can't do it forever, or maybe they should like, I was just, chatting about it earlier, maybe because the hotel, like, industry would have gone down right now and people would have been unemployed and having to collect unemployment. I'm just thinking maybe to keep their jobs running regardless,
That's a good
maybe
point. That's probably
maybe
why.
put them in accommodation for free, but if they want food and stuff, like, they pay for the food. Because
Yeah.
right now, like, families are looking at if they're coming home, firstly, like, I mean, our flights were thousands of dollars, and then you're having to fork out another $4,000 to have to be in quarantine. So I think
Yeah, I know, it's
that's, like,
brutal.
close to 10,000, a lot of money, so I don't know. I get it, but it's or maybe put wrist like ankle bracelets on people and have them quarantine at home. I don't really know what the best thing to do is, but
Yeah, I do think they should think about letting people actually go to a place of residence, but I know that it could be high risk, so
yeah.
I don't know what the right thing to do is. I wouldn't wanna be making these
No,
decisions.
not at all, especially because of some virus that we no one really still knows much about or they're
I
trying to figure it
know.
out, but
And I keep hearing about someone was talking about second waves today. I'm like, "Really? I
yeah.
thought it was gone." But
I mean, I
no.
feel like it's gone here, but definitely, like, just say where we were in LA, the country's opening back up, but the cases are higher than ever.
Mm,
So it's like they're opening up regardless, but the cases are high, so they will get a second wave. Like, there's no doubt. Will they get a second wave here? Probably not, but because they're doing the right thing. But they're only opening up the country, like this country, because the cases are so low. They're like under
correct,
10
but
cases,
only this state. Only
only
New
this
South Wales,
state.
Victoria is pretty bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we say 21 and then LA had, 3,000 a day at the moment. They're
Mm,
getting 3 to 4,000 a day. So
jeez.
yeah, I don't know. Second wave, I reckon in some places for sure, but
Hmm.
hopefully not here.
Well,
But we'll
only time will
see.
tell.
I'm back in, the God's country, as they say. Um,
Yay.
yay. So yeah, it feels good. Feels good to be back even and wave at friends so far and looking forward to seeing you guys and properly anyway.
Yay.
But yeah,
Well,
I hope I
we're counting down the next half we are more than halfway down, and hopefully we will see you on the other side.
See you next time. Keep liking,
See you next time.
following,
Keep listening.
keep listening,
Subscribe, follow, comment, get
download,
into
share.
it.
Share these
Yeah.
episodes with
And
people who
share.
you
Tell a
think.
friend if you like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you like it, if you think someone else will, just share away and
Yeah.
we'll
If it's not your cup of tea, give it to someone who you think it might.
exactly.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Can we say it? Can we say it?